But they do end up taking it. And that does bring a lot more confidence back to the side of Boom. Because again, Hyde, he set up so many kills. He made it so hard to do anything against Boom Esports on this hero. Happy to see it back in the grand finals.
Yeah, he's very solid on it, and this is one of the heroes that can throw Motivate.Trust off their off their rhythm. Right, we've seen them struggle against Nyx, especially once Ags is up. We'll have to see if Boom can reach that point and kind of make Hyde that big disruptive hero that he tends to be. So solid pickup. And it's the line Nyx. We saw this before, right? Earth Spike Impale, very painful with its chain stuns. So they have a lot of control on Boom. They can just play with that. They've got good control, good burst. They can run down Motivate.Trust early on. Once they hit their level 6 spikes, Motivate.Trust will have to be cautious about that one, because the run and gun of Boom is really strong here.
Yeah, absolutely. Motivate.Trust, though. We go back to the Mag PA now. You brought it up. Fearless could take the Mag. You could take the PA last pick. It's kind of hard to know which one to take first, though, because you don't know what you're up against with the safe lane of Boom Esports. And as well as that, I'm sure if Boom see the Mag or PA, they are going to ban one of the others out. Instead, Motivate, they go back to the Fearless Tiny. We saw this earlier as well, and the Fearless was really, really darn good on that mid Tiny today when we did see it. Glad to see that back.
Yeah, it's kind of manageable for Boom, though. They've got the Nyx to break up the combo from Tiny, so you can walk up, spike Carapace, stun the Tiny up. Puck is pretty slippery. Avalanche might not be enough to hold her down. For the most part, it isn't if she can phase shift, so she can still jump out and weave around. The laning matchup, Tiny versus Puck, fairly even. Like, the Puck still has that good range advantage, but the Tiny with the tree grab does have decent reach as a melee hero to clear out the wave, and there's always the threat of Avalanche toss anyway to kind of keep that Puck further away. So should draw even there for Fearless up against Mikado, but I'm guessing Mikado can leverage that lane a little bit better with the mobility you have with the Orb. Question now for Boom is, what do they show first? They want to prioritize Dream Assault's hero or FBZ. They've got some options here for FBZ. They could try to go for FBZ Timbersaw if they want. It's still available. They go with the Lifestealer first.
Wow.
Really nice, because you've got 2 Infest target. Nyx, Puck, you can move this Lifestealer around. Up forward, he can rip through a Doom quite nicely, although the additional armor in Doom now makes it kind of slower for Lifestealer, and your natural buildup on Doom is like Shiva's Guard down the line. So he does get tanky to block off the additional damage Lifestealer gets. And I like that Motivate.Trust do ban out the FBZ Timp. I feel like if Boom wanted the Timp, they should have picked it here. There's no way that hero was going to slide to last pick.
Fair enough. Question for Boom now. We don't have the Magnus, but PA into Lifesteal is not too bad. The evasion makes it very hard for that Lifestealer to get much done. Would you want to go down that route for Jackie this game?
You could. I'd say I might prefer something like a Troll into Lifestealer instead.
Right.
You still get the same miss chance, but you have the opportunity to root him through his rage. So I think that might be a little bit better overall. The timings are pretty quick as well. You do worry about the control here from Boom, though. Unlike a PA with Blink, it's a bit easier to weave in and out.
I always get very nervous as well, like with Motivate.Trust, the Jackie Arc Warden, which is something we haven't seen for a very long time. You just never know, but against the Nyx Assassin, Puck, and Lion, probably not. It's a little bit too hard to stay alive against these kind of heroes that can just catch you out with these stuns and Hex. Motivate, they're going to wait a bit longer, use a bit more reserve time, but they'll get rid of the Bristle now. Just making sure FBZ doesn't get those comfort heroes for himself. Any hero in particular you'd like to see in the offlane for FBZ this game?
They have the Mars. For some reason that was left in the pool, and well, maybe after game 2 FBZ wouldn't feel like it, but it's good control. It can build up, sort of synergistic with Puck, also kind of counter synergetic with Puck in the sense that you can break the Dream Coil, but you can also trap them in, and well, the Dream Coil doesn't necessarily break, but they're locked into a spot. They could go for that. They go with a Centaur instead. So they've got mobility, they've got good disengage, they've got another vehicle for the Lifestealer if they want to play with the Infest Bomb. But we tend to see the Infest played more conservatively now to save. So solid offlane for FBZ coming through. It does lead to a lot of stun. They have a lot of control on Boom. 2 stuns on Lion, 1 stun on Nyx, 1 stun on Centaur, stun on Puck. the Dream Coil. That is a bit hard for Motivate.Trust to go into. They'll have to watch themselves. But with Centaur showing, safe lane matchups are kind of okay. Like, Centaur is not, I mean, it's dominating, sure, with the chain stuns, but you can still kind of compensate for that. If you do go PA here, you just play with Dagger, go out of range of the stuns. Not going to be too much of a threat in that lane.
Yeah. 7 seconds, Motivate.Trust to make this pick, and they go for the Spectre. Wow, wow, wow. A very interesting change up here for both teams. I'm looking at Boom Esports' draft, though, and I think they've got what it takes to force to a Game 4. I think their draft just looks a bit stronger in my eyes. But, John, you're the man that gets asked the hard questions around here. Who came out with the better draft?
I'd say I actually Motivate.Trust draft.
Wow.
I think they have enough to stall it late. Boom will have to play really fast to get them out of the plays. And Tiny's the one that has to hit the sensitive blink timing. And as they're stalling it out, it means they're widening that window where they're a lot stronger than Motivate.Trust and can really start to look to play aggressive. Like, at this rate, I think we're going to see Fearless hit that blink maybe near the 10-minute mark, which is still not too bad, but could have been a lot faster. So they just know what they can do, and this is also enabled by the fact that the 1v1 lane for Lifestealer versus Doom, it's way too passive from Doom. There's no threat in the Lifestealer. He can just free farm solo, so you can just send those supports elsewhere, even that lane with Spectre. And Jackie, he's still finding good farm, but it's not like he can kill FBZ. It just enables more movement out for Boom to really look for those early kills.
That it does. A very quiet kind of game, 1-4 remaining. 2k net worth lead though for Boom. Another great start. They seem to always have their laning stage on point, right? Like Boom Esports, it's very rare for them to lose the lanes. It's once you get to that mid to late game when things get a little bit more tough. It's Makoto now, Haste Rune out. Has the coil up, would love to find Jackie, but if they did kind of read the movement, Esports not going to be able to find anything with this Haste Rune, and Makoto, of course, will just run back into that mid lane ASAP.
Just more free farm coming out from Makoto. The top and last hit so far are all from Boom's end. It should lead to some smooth farm coming through here. And they're hitting their level spikes pretty nicely. Like, this is space for Kezcute mid to soak up to 6 for a little bit. Once you have that early finger, you can go for the smoke play, look for that kill in the Spectre. And for the side of Motivate.Trust, it's still wonky, right? Like, this laning phase is just not their strongest point, although FBZ.
Yeah, they're onto the Centaur. FBZ gonna try and stampede away. He has help around him, but here comes Fearless. With the avalanche toss out, there goes Hyde. On the Nyx, he's gone. He won't have a way of keeping up with... Oh, FBZ. That is a dangerous TP, sir, but it will not be punished. No stuns available. You get 1 for nothing here, Motivate.Trust. We'll get back to their respective lanes and get back to farming. Of course, you look at that net worth graph right now, and it is still all the way for Boom. All 3 cores of Boom Esports at the top. You are still up against the Spectre draft, and we know that Jackie will want to go late with this. This early game may not matter if you're not able to capitalize off it.
Illusion.
Mid lane, Motivate. Go for a 3-man smoke up. Rotate up towards the top, but no. They'll head back down mid. Smoke broken. Kezcute. Sweep at the will. Is not going to notice them. However, Q, he'll have the damage. Nice little smoke up there from Motivate. They'll find another kill.
Yep. It's not the biggest one, but important for them to get on Fearless. And apparently, if you were wondering why I was silent, I had my mic muted because I was coughing. Then I didn't realize I didn't unmute, so I was rambling for a bit about how they're regrouping about their tiny mid. And I realized, oh god, my mic. Whoops. But yeah, you can see, right? Like, they're grouping around Fearless. They smoke down mid. They know their big player now is Tiny. He's the one with the burst damage. He's the one they need to accelerate onto the blink. They're focusing on trying to enable Fearless to hit those spikes.
Nice impale. Orb will be there to follow up. Makoto should have enough damage. Spike. Carapace will stun him up. They want to try and punish here, but Q can't get a cogs off. Instead, Fearless gets the avalanche, but doesn't get the toss back. It's a big loss for Motivate.Trust as they rotated 4 heroes down to try and punish the movement of Boom Esports, but it does not work out in their favor. In fact, Masaros now get double stunned up. Still won't be able to catch anyone. Does have the net though. Problem is he doesn't have enough mana for the Doom. Does have the Soul Ring if he really wants to commit for anything, but it's like he's going to hold out, just get back to farming on that Doom.
Yeah, just build up. I think you're not really under pressure to force the fights yet. You just want to hit this Midas timing on the Doom. That will secure your late game. So just want that easy ramp up. Boom is the one that needs to move fast. So they're the ones that needs to find more kills, find these objectives. Tier 1s are still standing. They're not grouping up for the push just yet. We need to see some of these towers melt to really shut down MPG. If they don't do that soon, well, Jackie still has a lot of space to farm in. Masaros has a jungle to play in. They're really not... I mean, they're under some pressure, 3k behind. But they're not in that point where you'd say, all right, they're shut out for the next 10 minutes. Not quite yet.
Smoke up again. Makoto and Kenscute this time going to make the rotations over. They'll go towards the top lane where they'll find Jackie. This would be a massive pick off if they could get it. Smoke bro. Oh no! Coils off mark.
Ooh.
Now the rotations again. Masaros not going to be able to catch anyone. Meanwhile, Hyde, he does end up killing off Q down at the bot lane, but now Fearless is going to come in with the avalanche toss out. It won't be enough to kill off Hyde. Hyde to back out of there. Really unfortunate though for Boom not being able to get that coil off onto the Spectre. Because that's the kill they really want to get.
Yeah, it's a missed opportunity, and as long as you're not killing Jackie, MTG will take that trade. Your jungle is still safe because Boom keep looking for hero kills over objectives. They do manage to take out the bot tier 1, so bot jungles open up a bit more, but they kind of shift their focus on the triangle. And the Midas for Masaros is pretty much done anyway, so he doesn't need as much long space for him to farm up, and that should allow him to be a bit comfy. 3k lead for Boom's big. You need to focus in on lane. Dream Assault starting on mid solo with the armlet. He does a lot of damage just with the Orb of Corrosion, so down to half HP. Next time they commit with their Centaur around, FBZ, he's got that Vanguard, so he can tank through the tower hits and make it hurt itself. This is the point where we need to see Boom actually play with these advantages. Maybe once Dream crawls back up, and it is, they should look to make a play.
Will they though? Bit of a group up in the mid lane. Kenscute does have a smoke on him. Hyde's got Vendetta up as well to scout out, and they are going to smoke up indeed. However, FBZ has been caught out on the Centaur. Doom committed. He's going to try and run and maybe get a deny off on himself, but it looks like he is set to fall. Leonak to pick it up, however, Jackie on the other side may get caught out now as Hyde. There's your Hex out, the Spectre, the Finger, everything being thrown. Very valuable pick off there for Boom Esports, and you lost FBZ on the Centaur, but you got the POS 1 Spectre, so you should be much happier as Boom.
Definitely. That's a huge kill on Jackie. You even get the space out for Dream Assault to push mid by himself. So you've opened up the jungle, you've opened up the Roshan here as well for Boom if they want to go for an early Rosh. You have a lot you can play with now. Like the side of MTG, no Doom means they're not going to look for a fight. They've got Haunt, but the Echo Saber is not done in Jackie, so you can't quite commit to going for those Haunt plays yet. And it'll just be down to waiting some more, and
Hook shot, Soulbind down. They've got the silences. Makoto in a bit of danger here, trying to get himself out with the phase shift, and the orb away might be enough, although no, the silence again, they get him. They got the puck. Haunt in, Jackie wants to try and go for a fight with this Echo Saber he has up. Hyde still trying to run. A nice toss in on Leonak. The rest of Boom Esports, though, moving in to try and help out. And it will be enough to force MTG back. They got a nice puck kill, and for Motivate.Trust, they'll probably be pretty satisfied with that.
Yeah, it's a big kill for Motivate.Trust, slowing down Mikato. They put Jackie up front, though. He needs to be safe now. Look, with the Echo Saber up, they can definitely time themselves around Haunt. But it is 180 seconds, so that's going to be every 3 minutes for them. Just sit back, relax, build up farm. You need to protect these tier 2s, though, but up top...
Hyde, set up with the Spike Carapace, Masaros, has been caught out. The coil, of course, going to lock him down long enough. Looks like Hyde's getting started on this Nyx now to set up these kills for McCoda to capitalize on. Motivate.Trust, it looks like they're about ready to smoke up as well. They do have one sitting on Q right now if they want to pop it. See where they do head. Yeah, they've got Hyde in the mid lane if they really want to make that jump. Link up on Fearless going to help, and there's your Inkswell and Avalanche toss, and it's enough. Leonak able to take the kill with that Inkswell. Get a pause for Nyx Assassin. Still, you look at the farm of Dreamer's Soul right now, and he's having such a great time. He's going for that S&Y build-up. Looks like a Desolator as well. And there's been nothing in his way at the moment. He just keeps farming.
They've been really good at protecting him. His lane went up really well. They can't quite jump the Life Stealer. Their damage on hand isn't amazing unless they commit to Doom. So their options to deal with Dreamer's Soul right now are limited. And all they can do is just kind of sit through this power spike, try to farm up in Jackie, and have faith in their spec. But for Boom, this is great. Once you hit that Deso and S&Y, he's going to rip through all the armor. He's not going to care about a lot of these heroes and their durability. Their strength will work against them, and that will even open up the Roche if they want to end. They could go for Infest Place, blink up an FBZ. They can try bombing someone.
They're going to try. Smoke on smoke scenario, though. MTG, they're running up top. They saw Makoto. Q has the rocket flare. Not going to pop it yet, but smoke is broken now. Makoto does not know, but Q rocket flares the wrong way. Pings around. He's going to spot him out. Hook shot, not going to be there in time. They'll get the silence, and now the coil is there to lock them down as FBZ is in with Dreamer's Cell. A massive impel and Earth Spike. A double for both supports. As Q about to drop. Masaros, meanwhile, being chased down by Dreamer's Cell. They got the Doom off, but it won't matter if you can't capitalize. In fact, Jackie is still trying to fight with Fearless. They'll get the horn off. They're going to try and turn this one around. Q's there with the hook shot. Traps them up in the cogs. Not going to be enough to follow up. In fact, an Impel is there. Fearless out with the toss, does get Hyde, but it's going to cost the life of Jackie. Now, all things being said and done, that was a much better fight than it should have been for Motivate. But Boom Esports, they do still come out on top.
Yeah, they kill off Jackie. That's all they really want. But sacrificing 3 heroes to do that, I don't know if that's worthwhile. Mainly because you're giving an opportunity for Fearless to catch up after his slow start. You don't manage to kill off the Doom, who's already catching up with his Midas.
Up lane, Leonak. Getting caught by Dreamer's Cell, gets taken down, and that's the 5th kill for Dreamer's Cell now. 5-0-3 is the Life Stealer. Very good game indeed. In fact, I believe he does have the S&Y fully completed now, just on the courier.
That's going to be really darn big. Added move speed, added agility for faster right clicks, stat resist, and Q.
Yeah, getting caught out. Nice hoof stop. Hyde will follow up. Third game. Once again, in the way of Boom. It's one of those games where it looks like it's going to be hard to lose again for Boom. As you look at the Spectre's farm, it's so far behind. Jackie's trying his best to catch up, but Dreamer's Soul is proving to just be a little bit faster this game. See if Jackie makes his way up with this farm. I mean, it only takes one good team fight that he's involved in, but these team fights have been looking pretty rough. It's now Masaros. It's taken out by FBZ, and that looks like it may have been a solo kill.
Yeah, a really nice kill there for FBZ. Without the Doom up, you don't have that big tanky frontliner as well, so they can start running in, looking for more kills. They can line up for that push in the mid-tier 2 here as well. And MTG don't have tools to defend. Haunt is still half a minute off. The Doom should be back up when Masaros is respawning. Maybe they can play with the Doom, but as long as Boom applies this pressure, Motivate.Trust don't have much room to play with. And this is what we were talking about. Boom's hitting that spike. This is where they're super strong for the next 10 minutes. 10 to 15 minutes actually with this kind of lead, and they need to keep applying that pressure. If they start to relent and give a window open, it's gonna fall flat, so keep playing aggressive.
Oh, Hyde's in. They've got the Grimstrike, but a nice hook shot from Q might just save him in time. No Soulbind coming out. Avalanche is there. Leonak, he's gonna buy back. Hyde, he's gone. The rest of the Boom Esports, they want to try and run. In fact, never mind, they'll go back in, but Masteros, he has a BKB this time. He's waiting for the right Doom target, and he'll find both of them with the Soulbind. A great buyback from Leonak. They'll blow them up. Dreamersoul, Makoto both down, and now FBZ, he will try to run, but there is nowhere to go. Oh, they underestimate the Soulbind. And Masteros, he was so patient with that Doom. Dreamersoul, he's not happy. You know what that good game means. He is not happy right now.
Oh yeah. Double damage as well for Jackie into the Roche pit. This is huge. 4K, 5K lead for Boom down to 2K. And it feels like a Christmas. I talked about the times. They had 10 minutes. They lose a fight like that. The lead bounces back this way. Motivate.Trust are setting up to cover their bases. They can ride through the next 10 minutes. Boom still has a lot of tools to play with, but they can't allow this stuff to go for free.
Oh, that's a nice impel from Hyde. Apparently he had some follow-up to it. Oh, Keskut, he tried. He tried to get it done. And this is where Boom Esports, they might start feeling desperate as they're giving kills away. Dreamersoul, they're going to move in with Makoto. They will at least be able to find Q and maybe even Fearless. So they get something for their trouble. In fact, FBZ, he wants to rush forward for Jackie. But Jackie, he just says nani and runs the hell away.
Yeah, it's still worthwhile. Even if you drop Fearless there, you got the Aegis, you got the gold. You're forcing.
Oh, nice coil. Makoto just on the edge of that TP attempt from Masteros. He's going to BKB and run, and in fact, he's juked them out. He's juked them out. They can't see him. Surely they catch him. Makoto is forward. Masteros, the Witch's Blade, will slow him down enough, and they get the orb. So they get him in the end. However, mid lane, add another one to the books. Leonak. Be fingered down there by Keskut. So a lot of kills going the way of Boom after the Roshan's taken. The only problem is Jackie got so much gold out of that he's only less than 2K behind Dreamersoul now.
Yeah, and he's pretty much done with his Manta if he wants to immediately pick it up. So he's got a way of dodging out the silences, breaking off the coil, and maybe trying to dodge it in the last frame with pixel perfect timing on the Manta dodge. So you have a lot of ways now to play for Jackie, and well, they could wait for their combos to be back up. Soulbind's up, Doom is up as well, and the blink for Masteros isn't too far off, so it's going to be easier to pull that big counter initiation. For Boom's part, they're back to the 4K lead, reel it back in with those kills. They can't rest. Like, they literally have to fight again when cooldowns are back up. Maybe try to watch out for the Doom, but beyond that, they still have a lot of burst, still have a lot of control. The BKB is only on one hero, so they can melt everyone else and try to win out that way.
Group up again from Motivate. Smoke up. It was under vision, I think. The observer ward was there. I believe it should have been spotted. Yeah, Hyde, he's going to back off immediately, and this smoke is going to lead to nothing. In fact, if Boom want to get real cheeky, they can smoke up themselves and try to go after Jackie, who is sitting in the triangle right now. They aren't going to go for that play, though. Instead, Motivate is still looking to make this smoke work. You realize it's not going to pan out that way. Leonak, he has his smoke broken. They can't get to the high ground. And it's probably lucky they left because Dreamersoul, he literally just got his Deso up.
Yeah, it's a massive spike. Like, the added damage, remember, all his bonus damage on his passives are physical. So this is really going to boost his DPS in a big way. And you're not quite ready there. You don't have anything with plate mills on either the Tiny or the Doom. So they're really low on armor. Well, not Tiny because he has plus from Grow. And Masteros is super vulnerable to that. And they can just kind of wait this out. Jackie finishes up his Manta. Scotty next. Very close to his second ultimate orb. That's going to be big for him. The blink is finished up though on Masteros. So maybe they play with this.
Oh, Q. Let's go for a hook shot there onto Hyde, but misses out. But Fearless has the toss in. That'll be enough to catch this pesky Nyx assassin. But from the backside, Makoto, he's been doomed up. Masteros, he was waiting for it. Now the Haunted from Jackie. He waits out the stun first. Haunted at the perfect time. That'll be a puck gone. No way to survive as Keskut also caught out. And FBZ, he's going to try and run, but it's happening again, John. It's happening again. He hoof stomps.
Oh, no.
I don't think that's going to be enough. Masteros, he'll body block him up. There's your avalanche. There's your toss out. And Jackie, he'll get the job done. Dreamer Cell, I don't know if this is the time, sir. He'll get one. Masaros is not going to back all that. That's a lot of damage. He goes down. Dreamer Cell is still trying to man fight this, but the Avalanche toss is there, and Jackie will pick up a double. Boom Esports. This is where you start to get very worried.
Yeah, it's a scary moment now. The lead drops back again. You're seeing the power of Spectre just at level 20. And plus 400 HP with the stats from Manta. The Lifestealer is still strong, but he can't solo that way. And Boom just kind of get picked off one by one. They need to be careful. They need to play as a team. They can't go for these individual plays. They need to go as at least 3 heroes. So line Nyx +1 is the ideal setup for them, and go for the pickoffs they have been finding.
Koda, he's going to try onto Q, but Q's actually quite tanky on that clockwork. Nice cogs down. He knew Hyde was coming in from somewhere. Another pushback, and now the silence is out. Q's not dead yet. He might just survive as fine. He just can't finish off the job.
Jeez.
Oh boy, Motivate. They're feeling it. The voice lines have started. You know when they start with these voice lines, they feeling like they can just win out this game. As the smoke is out, they're going to keep up the aggression. Boom Esports. They need to get it together right here, right now. If they lose this game, this grand final's all over. It's Q. He's behind Makoto, but they might have to settle for Kesku, but he'll blink away as well. Like everyone is going to be okay.
It's so awkward for Boom that they have to pull back. They can't fight just because they missed those opportunities. It's 25-minute mark. They're going for the infest on FBZ. This could be one way to go for it. Again, for Boom's part, they're not prioritizing the defensive use of infest. They need to be aggressive. And they find that opening. Maybe if they kill off Masaros would be big, but he does have the Doom ready.
If they can try, they've got to be careful of that Doom Soulbind. Instead, they go on to Hyde first. Hyde trying to set up. Meanwhile, in the backside, who have they gone on? They found the line. Kesku gonna die, but there goes Leonak. Jackie haunts in. They want to go for the fight. Dreamer Cell rushing forward, but there's your Doom out. They'll commit on the Lifestealer as Jackie now will haunt back the other way. Right on. A great hook shot in the middle of that Impale, stopping the Lifestealer in his tracks as they get Dreamer Cell down. Now FBZ, he's completely surrounded. He can't survive as Makoto. He's gonna try and run, but Q is there with the battery assault and the cogs into the pushback, right into Jackie and Masaros. Hyde, he's trying to escape, but the Avalanche toss is there from Fearless. It's a full team wipe. Oh no. You know, Motivate, they've got to sell some support packs, John. You know, it's the grand finals, they've got to sell some support packs.
Exactly it. Got to pad that prize pool, but it's looking real good for Motivate. You saw the patience from Masaros. He was just hanging that tree line, waiting for someone to jump. They kill off the line, so they take off one set of stuns, and then it just falls apart. Boom. It's just down to how you have to execute this draft. It has to be perfect. You have to initiate properly. You have to be coordinated as a team. Not just coordinated, but perfectly in sync to stack your stuns to find the target. And it's just not there. It's just too difficult to really play that perfect. Your entire game relies on super tight timings. Whereas for Motivate.Trust, yeah, they dropped a 4K lead at 10 minutes. But it's a Spectre with a Doom. You just find a big Doom play, you turn it around, and suddenly the lead disappears, and you start building up towards that late game where you're just super massive.
You realize.
Boom, they're losing that momentum.
Oh, hold that thought, John. Hyde moving in right underneath the sentry, though. Q knew he was coming. Dreamer Cell, he's going to try and fight, but the whole side of Motivate might be around. Hookshot Q trying to block the way. Cogs out, very nice, but the finger is there for the damage. A good start. FBZ trying to find more, but everybody else from Motivate is out of there. They don't seem to want to fight without the haunt up, and that's fair. In fact, Jackie has a disconnection. But what I was trying to say, John, is you realize if Motivate.Trust win out this game and win the grand finals again, they're back to back to back for Pro Series. They've never lost as... No, I know what you're thinking.
No. Pro Series 4, right? They didn't... Did they?
They did.
They won Summit. No, they won Summit and Pro Series 3. Did they win 4? Am I forgetting?
There was a whole split thing going on as well with the with Masaros going to Fnatic and Jackie went to T1. I guess maybe you're right. Maybe it was the summit. Thanks for ruining the hype, John.
It's still hype. What do you mean? It's still hype. It's Pro Series 3 champion, Summit 13 champion, Pro Series 4 they weren't around, and then Pro Series 5. So every single time they were joining in as Motivate.Trust, potentially in the BTS tournaments they have joined, could be 100% if they do pull it off, which is, impressive to say the least, Mike.
I suppose it is. It's just these BTS tournaments that Motivate just seem to love.
Conversely, it's the BTS tournaments that Boom struggle with. They have so much potential. Upper bracket finals, they looked great. They shut down Motivate.Trust. They figured them out. And then you come into grand finals, and I don't know. It's every single time we see them in the grand finals, and it's underwhelming. I think all of us know they can play better. They've taken games off Motivate.Trust. They knocked them down from upper bracket finals. But there's something about grand finals. It's, dare I say, cursed right now. And they're going. They say G, but Jackie's not here. What?
They want to run the 4v5 as well, do they?
There they go.
Oh goodness me. FBZ probably would have had a little bit of a smile there on his face, seeing that G. I know how that feels. Good on you, Q. We'll get back into it though. Game number 3 still underway. 5k net worth lead remaining for Motivate.Trust, and look at the shoot up in that net worth graph, John. Unbelievable, just right up. GameStop shares.
Oh
John.
yeah,
they've been hodling.
Yeah, that's it. Right before the big short, they do manage to climb in. 5k lead, number 1 now for Jackie and net worth. Scotty up, Roche is up. That is Aegis, Cheese, and Agshard. So Motivate.Trust, just go into it. No vision here from Boom to spot it out. They've got to be quick if they want to fight in that pit. They can't afford to keep giving this away to MTG. This is a Spectre with 2 lives. You don't want to have to deal with all of that dispersion damage in that prolonged fight.
They're going to try and make their way over, but I don't think they really know what's happening. It's too late. Boom Esports, they miss out on this Roshan. Who are we giving the shards to? Fearless might just take it for the tree grab. No, they'll give it to Masaros.
Yeah. The Masaros, that Ag short on Boom, wasn't that his old Ag's upgrade as well?
I mean, I
swear
can't
to goodness
remember,
it was with level death.
I love the fact that level depth is there though. A reference back to Dota 1. Love to see.
You can never figure out your damage output as well, right? In the middle of a game, you're like, I don't know what damage I'm doing. I'm just gonna use it.
Yeah.
Like no one has time for the maths.
It always felt
it's too complicated for us.
It always felt good though when you did land the big bonus damage. It's like you could act like you knew it was gonna happen. You never did though.
True.
You just delete somebody.
It's never on purpose.
No.
Still, what's not on purpose is Boom getting pressured on their tier 3s. They need to defend. They don't have the Ags on hide. He is actually only 1 part away. So.
Righto. He's looking for an entrance into this fight, and they're going in. It's going to be Fearless with the toss back. Who has he got? It's Hyde, but they'll force a stampede, and now the Haunt is out. They're going bot. They're chasing Dreamer's Soul. He's been muted up. Massa, it was all diversion. It was all a diversion. Dreamer's Soul, he's been left behind. He'll try to run away. It looks like FBZ is going to be there to protect. And there's your Infest out. Q, hook shot. He's going to be away as well, but Fearless now in a bit of an awkward position as the Soulbind does come out, but you don't have that Doom to throw out now. Jackie, he's still going to go for the fight. Kersky to the backside's been caught out by Masaros, so both supports to drop for Boom Esports, and they are still trying. As Makoto needs to back away. They would love Dreamer's Soul. They've got him now with the hoof stop out as well, and Fearless with the follow-up avalanche, but he will rage. Inkswell obviously not going to stun. Dreamer's Soul is going to continue running, and he will make it out. However, Makoto is not out of the rough yet. Shiver's Guard cancels the blink. No, Makoto, he did not get to the high ground. They toss him to his base. They toss him in.
Fearless.
There you go. There's your home, sir. As Dreamer Cell now. He's in danger. A great hook shot in from Q. That'll allow the Inksword to stun him up. And Dreamer Cell, he has buyback. But it looks like he doesn't really want to commit it as his team is falling apart around him.
Oh, man.
Aegis down. Jackie gets a reset. This game is starting to look very over, and there's the buyback. This will be the last team fight from Boom. If they can't win this one out, they're just going to have to call it. That is if they initiate. FBZ going to go with the Infested Lifestealer. They'll jump in onto Masteros. They'll get rid of the Doom. Jackie trying to Spectral Dagger out, but Fearless is back in with the Avalanche toss off to hide. It's not going to be enough yet. Q thinking about going in, but there's your Soulbind down. Fearless, he'll BKB TP. And it looks like the buyback for Boom will pay off, as they don't even lose the mid-racks.
Yeah, and they hold on, so their waves aren't going to be shoved in. The lanes are going to be pretty stable still. They can get some farm going, but you have a 13k lead now for MTG at 33 minutes, and this is massive already for a lineup that's not supposed to be online for long because they're the Spectre. Boom just, again, dropping that lead early really hurt them hard. Dreamer Cell's itemizing right for that late game, though. Going for a Scotty himself into the AC. He is getting the space to farm up. Still lagging behind Masteros and Jackie, mainly because they were ready for the late game. Masteros with the timely Midas, Jackie with the patience to keep farming. And they're going to have issues because the Butterfly is coming next for Jackie. So if you couldn't kill him before, you're definitely not going to be able to scratch him with this itemization you're going on Dreamer Cell. He needs to realize that the Butterfly is coming through. He's going to need an MKB instead.
Hide. They're trying to initiate here onto Motivate, even with the 4v5 advantage. They are being very cautious. Trying to buy a bit more time for Dreamer Cell to finish off that Skadi, and just about has enough gold, but I suppose he doesn't really need to save for buyback, considering he has already committed it just a minute ago. Meanwhile, Motivate. 5-man smoke up. Butterfly now up on Jackie. So he does have a nice bit of evasion against the Lifestealer. Obviously, his damage is quite a bit higher now on that Spectre. Makoto. Jump the other way. Masteros will not be able to catch him. They're just going to keep playing this cat and mouse game. They cannot be the ones to be initiated on by Motivate. Unless it's on their high ground.
Yeah.
Might try now.
It's pretty big now. With the Ags up on Hide, they can actually indefinitely hold the high ground. So they might be able to stall Motivate.Trust here. And you know, if Hyde finds a good angle towards Jackie, he is isolated here.
But FBZ is being watched right now. Shiva's guard in. Hook shot, not going to be there yet. Jackie, he'll haunt right in onto the Centaur. That might be one gone immediately. As Boom, the haunt continues. They want Makoto dead. Hook shot. It's way off the mark. Hyde, he'll stay back and try to buy time for the rest to get out. Or maybe come back in because FBZ, he's brought back. Dream Coil, mana all drained from Jackie. The Nyx Assassin, though, dropping quite low, even through the burrow. Hyde cannot survive this. He's gone. Makoto trying to run. Will phase shift, and the Infest is also going to be there, but the Cogs push back. The toss-up, the Stampede, it's not going to be enough to save. Makoto's gone. He could buy back, and he might need to as they got the Doom off onto Dreamer Cell. He'll just be chased up. He's about to drop if he's not too careful as the Inkswell is going to land.
Oh.
He's stuck in place. He's going to go down, and that'll be it. GG's called. Boom Esports, they have had enough, and Motivate.Trust will once again be your grand champions for the Loopbet Pro Series Season 6. 3-0 again, John.
Oh, really strong performance for Motivate.Trust. There was a tight window there for Boom to play with, but they went for this all-in on early aggression, and any mistakes they made would have bit them in the bum. Like, it had to be perfect for the first 25 minutes. It wasn't. And it's always hard when you set your win condition like that. You want to make it as easy as possible for yourself. You don't want to challenge when you're playing. You want to make this game easy. So, unfortunate for Boom. Another trio. Motivate.Trust to the same team, but they did knock them down in the upper bracket. So, you know, at their best, Boom, when they're relaxed, they can do it. It's just, again, there's something about these grand finals. Motivate.Trust, not to take it away from them, they play perfect. Like game one, was tight. Game 2 was very close. They drag it so late and they bounce back in. And Game 3 was just smooth as butter again. A bit more given out to Boom. They did manage to find that early game for a while, but not long enough to really win out. And, well, props to Motivate.Trust. BTS Pro Series 3, go to Summit 13, and now BTS Pro Series 6 champs. Every single one where they're together as a team, they've won out, Mike.
Absolutely. They certainly have, John, and they're looking fantastic going to those TI qualifiers. Of course, we'll get to have a chat to Motivate very soon. But they had previously expressed the fact that they were very, very interested in going to those qualifiers for TI. The last time I think it was Fearless that was telling us that they're not even thinking about upper division next season. They don't care for that right now. They just want to be at TI. So I'm very intrigued to see what they have to say after winning this, hard-fought grand final in such dominant fashion. Especially after that game 2, which was so darn close for Boom, but still goes the way of Motivate. You kind of just want to know the secret as to how they keep their composure for so long throughout those tough kind of games. Do we have any idea who we're getting for a winner's interview, by the way, John?
Not yet. We're waiting for a reply in, but you know something else, Mike. I know one thing. It's
Go
the Tankar sponsor, Mate Mate. Mate Mate, a natural energy drink, is caffeine reimagined. Try Mate Mate today and get more day, more night out of your drink. Mate Mate is available to all 7-Elevens throughout Asia, or you can click on the banner below and head over to the website and place your order. And surprise, surprise, we do have a giveaway for Mate Mate. This is the last day to join. There are 10 winners per day, 2 cases for each winner. You can join in by typing in chat !Mate Mate. Again, this is open to all countries in Asia and Oceania. So both regions, anyone from any countries in those regions are eligible for this giveaway. Make sure to join in, get your chance at grabbing some Mate Mate for free. And of course, give them a follow on Twitter if you want to. Excellent drink, according to Mike with some ice.
Absolutely.
Can't wait to try mine.
Very, very nice.
But yeah, just waiting on it in for you now.
I can't believe that the winners of the giveaway get 2 cases. I got 1,
Yep.
but the damn people in the chat get the option to have 2, huh? Well, that's fair enough. Getting a lot of cases away as of late, I believe, throughout these playoff days. And like you said, this is the last day we've got. And who is that we've got there? It's going to be Fearless coming in for a Fearless interview. We'll drag him in, John. We'll have a chat. Hello, Fearless. How you doing, sir?
Hello.
Congratulations on your victory, sir. Another 3-0 victory for a Pro Series. Was it tough for you guys? Was it hard, Fearless? Did you find it easy? How was it?
No. It was a tough game. Like the second game is really tough.
Yeah, that was a crazy game. I mean, game 2, you guys went to what, like 70-something, 80 minutes. What was going through your mind in the last few minutes? Like all the tier 5 items popping up. Boom Esports, they had like a 40k net worth lead.
I was like I didn't know what was going on. Like in some team fights, like 2 or 3 team fights, I didn't know what's going on. So I just pressed my button.
Yeah, that's fair.
Then I can't find my heroes. I only see ships and like some torrents and yeah.
Oh, that's classic. Yeah, when you're playing with that many things at the late game. Now, you guys have refresh my memory. Do you remember you guys won Pro Series 3, right? The Summit 13. BTS Pro Series 4, I can't remember. But you won Pro Series 6, there was a Pro Series 5. How are you guys feeling, after that performance going into TI quals? You guys now confident? You think you've gotten enough, or is there still more work to be done here to improve upon?
Of course. We still cannot fix like our problem, like the early game, like landing phase. So we're still working on it.
Yeah, I wanted to ask if it's okay. Like, you guys tried something else. Like, tell me about the PA Mag, right? You guys picked PA Mag. Were you guys watching the majors, or was that always something that you guys have, been practicing?
No, not really. I mean, I actually forget the last time we actually played a match.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's of all days as well. You're gonna bring it out on finals day, huh? Without any practice.
Yeah. Because like we only like take the tournament as a scrim, and about the PA Magnus we haven't practiced it, so we just like pick it.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Fair
There you
enough.
go. It's just a scrim to them. It's finals day, but it's just another day. just some practice for Motivate.Trust. Take me back to the early game, though. You keep telling me that you guys are trying to improve on your early game as a team. Are you able to specify what it is exactly that you think is lacking, or you can keep it a secret if you want. I don't mind, but if you're able to give us a bit of a look into what it is that needs to be changed up in your belief.
For my part is like I want to see like I watch replay like for the first 10 minutes like every replay. Then I see the opportunities like move around the map.
Right.
That's what I do.
Right, fair
Yeah.
enough. There you go. Just wants to improve on that and try to get that going before TI qualifies, I'm sure. And moving into that, Fearless, you expressed to us before you were very interested in those qualifiers. Motivate.Trust, they want to try and qualify for TI. I've asked you before, I'm sure you're very, very confident going into it. Is there any teams you're afraid about in the qualifiers? Is there any team you don't want to go up against? Or maybe you do?
Maybe like T1 and TNC. They are really strong now.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'd agree as well.
Yeah.
TNC,
I,
T1 both
I,
at the major.
yeah. Armor is the boss.
Yes, he
Oh
is.
yeah.
Yes,
Oh
he
yeah.
is. Absolutely.
All right. I've got a question for you, Fields. Not related to Dota. I'm curious. We've been talking about the voice lines. You guys have been
Uh-huh.
spamming them. Who does the voice lines in your packs? Like, is it
Which
you? Are
one?
you the
Which
one
one?
yelling? How about the
The
Nani? Who shouts the Nani one?
Nani was Leonex.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
The other lines? Who are they? Spicy
The
ones?
the Thai language is Jackie. Then the you think you
Oh.
good? It's me.
Ah, yes. Thank you. Oh, that's beautiful. There you go.
You got the best one,
Yeah,
Felix. You
yeah.
did the best one. Don't worry. Don't let the other
It
boys know, but you're the best.
it was like intentionally like Nani was like gonna combo with Across Gaming, like Omae wa mo shinderu. Then we go Nani.
That would have been amazing.
Good job, guys. Good job. Congratulations as well. Good work.
Absolutely. Fearless, I think with that, we'll let you go. We'll let you guys celebrate. And of course, congratulations and best of luck with TI qualifiers. Obviously, John and I will probably be there watching and hopefully casting. But we wish you the best of luck moving forward.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Fearless.
See you guys.
See
Thank
ya.
you.
As the lovely Fearless. Always love talking to that guy, John. And I said it last time, but he has really, really improved with his interviews. Unlike us, who are still terrible at interviews, but he's actually good now. He's not as nervous. You can tell he's quite confident going into them. And you know, I don't want to jinx anyone, but they are looking really darn good to qualify for TI. And I've thought this for months already. But just this is going to be proof, right? Grand finals, they're running drafts that they haven't even practiced, that they don't even know how to play them, and they're still looking that good. And the attitude's there as well, right? Fearless is saying we're not perfect. Our early game, it's not good enough. So in the next month or two, to be able to improve and get even better before TI starts or the TI qualifiers start, how could you not favorite them as one of the favorites moving into that into the qualifiers?
Oh, they just play great. Now, if I recall right, that hot streak they had last year, that was right before certain events happened with the roster. Now, it doesn't sound like anything will happen. Fortunately, that sounds like our boys will stick together. So I'm looking forward to it. And fingers crossed, no jinxing, but they look like they can go far. Now, the one thing that has to happen, of course, is that we get one team that actually goes through from the majors. We also have to see TNC and T1 do well so that we get at least some breathing room for some of these teams in the qualifiers. Other it's a bloodbath, but hopefully Motivate.Trust holds out. I mean, they've proven themselves against an upper bracket team quite convincingly. So
Yeah, I mean,
they're doing great for themselves.
it's very hard though, right? Like SCA, I think it was yesterday I said it, but they are, in my opinion, by far the most competitive region. Like when you look at all the teams, anyone could win on any other day. We're seeing it during the major. TNC 2-0ing Nigma last night, and they also had a 2-0, I believe, up against Beast Coast. And it's a very competitive region. It's going to be very tough moving into TI, but I'm very excited to see what pans out. Of course, if you are going to watch the major tonight, shout out to TNC. We're rooting for you from home. Congratulations on yesterday, boys. Let's make it another 4-0 kind of day if we can.
Oh, yeah.
Because we can be biased, John. We're not part of the major. But,
yeah,
absolutely. And of course, we're also biased for our viewers, all of you lovely people. Thank you very much for tuning in, for all the support as per usual. It's always a pleasure to have you guys. And, well, we hope you enjoyed This might be the last tournament we do until qualifiers start, so we might be taking a short break. But again, thank you very much for tuning in as always.
Yeah, thank you for your support. Specifically, shout out to Renz, David Marinciano, and of course Brian Ocampo for always supporting us, and all of you in chat. You
Always
guys have
Brian.
been really nice, and all of you on Twitter as well. If you have any feedback, do feel free to let us know. We're working on improving as well. You can message us on Twitter or it's at MLPDotA johnxfire. But for quite a while, we are actually going to have a break. So that's it. Thank you for sticking around, and thank you for having me, Mike, as always.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much, everyone. We'll see you guys next time, and enjoy the major.